Guys, what have you been up to? Tell us what's going on in your lives. How's life?
Oh, well, we've just been for a salad. Busy. Do you know, this year, like 2022, I feel like was off the back of Drag Race. It was all those tours and, you know, what do you call it? PAs? Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Personal appearances.
Yes, yeah.
So I think last year I did maybe like 4 or 5 tours. You know, they could have been really short. We toured together.
Yeah.
Whereas this year feels a lot different. It feels like I'm doing the things I want to do this year.
That's quite nice then, actually.
Yeah, so it's great. I feel much healthier and like just better about everything this year.
So actually talking about that, like coming off the show, because you were both season 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race, both finalists, both absolutely
Finalists.
Genuinely,
Emphasis on fang.
I've watched a couple of clips, I'm not gonna lie. But did you prefer to be like, obviously season 1 was like kind of it suddenly hit home, and by season 3 everybody's like, okay, we know it's coming back.
We know what to expect.
We know what to expect. Was that nicer having that feeling in the UK more so? Obviously worldwide, like it's a cult show.
It was so tricky because we followed on from season 2, which was so massive because of the lockdowns. It was literally on the television while we were in,
and also because we were filming like in lockdown, so it was like there was nothing else going on in the world. It was like all we had to focus on.
Did you have a COVID marshal with a 2-meter stick?
Yeah.
And it was so
the
fun.
COVID marshal fell asleep. Do you remember when he fell asleep?
No.
He fell asleep in the room. We were like, "Who's snoring?" And it was the COVID marshal. We were like, "Oh my god!" Do you remember that? He was so funny. The little COVID marshal. He always had his little thing on, and he loved it.
Him.
He loved it.
It was very camp. Yes.
Yeah, really camp. And then one day he came in and he brought all his trauma. He saw all of us on Drag Race sharing our trauma, and he was like, "My husband's just left me, and this has just happened." And then that day in the car park of Manchester Studios, his car got backed into.
I mean, I don't remember any of this.
You love it.
We were all there just like, we've not got COVID.
I don't remember this at all, but the things you remember are very different to the things I remember. The stories are told very differently.
So what do you remember?
I don't remember any of that. I do remember vaguely what the guy looked like. That's about it.
Hairy.
Hairy. But yeah, like going back
Quite
to...
gorgeous, actually.
Was he? He wasn't gorgeous.
Yeah, but what if he watches this?
Slim pickings, because we were in a bubble. We were
So you were getting real close to his COVID stick then.
Real close.
It was really tough though, because we weren't able to do anything freely.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to go to the toilet for like freely. We had to wear these stupid masks. These like
because
plastic
we couldn't wear
Yeah.
like normal masks
because of makeup. You were
So
Yeah.
we just had like
So you guys, you couldn't literally get close to each other at all doing the show then? You
We
couldn't
could on the show.
we
On
could,
the
'cause-
show, you
and
know.
the other contestants we were a bubble.
Yeah.
So we were allowed
yeah.
to like touch and hug, but like all the guest judges had to be like 2 meters.
Yeah.
Rue was always 2 meters
Do
away.
you feel like it slightly took a bit of the positivity away from the show that you were doing, or you forgot once you're in character, you're in drag, you forgot about it?
And I think as well, because like it just felt normal and it felt like amazing to be able to be like, oh my God, I'm with these people that I can touch. And like, it was just like, at that time we were...
Well, we'd been in lockdown for about a year at that point.
Yeah.
So we were kind of
So it was just like, oh my God, we can touch people. We're in a bubble. We're good. We're safe.
Yeah.
That's
With
so-
consent. Touch
Yeah.
with consent.
Famously.
Consent is sexy.
Yeah.
I did Celebrity Dating to be fair throughout lockdown, and that was one of the biggest and best things.
How did you go on a date?
We all had
2
to
meters
isolate.
away?
No, we had to become a big bubble. So we all had to do it in a house.
The
This
bigger
time, yeah.
bubble.
We did it in a big £30 million mansion, and we all had to just stay in there, sleep together, and everything. It's great.
I bet.
Four.
Lucky bubble.
But what I was saying anyway before all that was when you were in season 3, but when you came off and you said like this year you've been able to do a lot more things you want to do. When you came off, did you feel like you couldn't do the things you wanted to do? Everything just came in and you were taking the biggest opportunities, or could you be quite selective with what you were doing?
I mean, I didn't really want to be selective. I wanted to do as much as I could because, you know, we got to the final, so everyone wanted us. So, like, if someone wanted to book us, then I'll go there.
Yeah.
As long as I can fit
I
it
just
in.
remember thinking this is all so new, and like I'd never done anything like reality TV or like Drag Race or anything like that before. So I was just like, I just want to like be a big sponge and just absorb every opportunity and like say yes to everything.
Big sponge.
Yeah, before.
Yeah, no, like getting the opportunity to go and tour Australia, which I did, I think last June. Amazing opportunity just to go by myself and headline in 4 different bits of Australia. It was so good, but it was so tiring.
How did that come about? Tell me that. How did
they just approached
Literally
management,
approached
and just said, "We want to take you on tour." So I was like, "Okay," but like me being me, I was like, why do they?
There's a ghost in the corner of the room.
It's Adam.
I got paid for that one. I had
Nobody else did.
definitely had imposter syndrome going to Australia just on my Todd.
Yeah.
Like being recognised in Melbourne, I was like, how do you know who I am on the other side of the world? It's really strange.
Quite nice though.
It was great, but it's weird. I feel a huge amount of pressure myself to go by myself somewhere because I never celebrate my birthday. I get anxious about my own birthday, let alone being a headliner. Like I find it very strange still.
Okay, so say you've got your characters that are so developed. Like, at what point do you feel like your character's got to, this is where I feel like in my drag career, like how do you go from like zero to hero? Where'd you start? Where'd you be like this is my name?
Well, we got asked this like when you apply for Drag Race, they're always like, well, where does the character
journey?
begin? Yeah. Where do you find your character? For me personally, I was always like, I don't really have a character. It doesn't really matter if I'm in drag or out of drag. I'm the same.
Yes.
I just have a wig on my head.
Yeah.
And I feel like being in drag, I don't know, it just gives you like permission to be that extra bit cheeky, that extra bit
more
like
outrageous.
Yeah, that
louder.
people like sort of accept. Whereas if you do half the stuff we do in drag, I'm like, oh my god, we get booted out of places.
And I think people see us and expect it. So like you almost have to deliver what they expect.
Yeah, 100%.
They want a bit of cheekiness.
But you know your performances on stage, like when you go in, let's say not on RuPaul's, when you're doing your tours or different things like this, how'd you come up with the choreography? How'd you come up with the outfits? And how long does it take you to do all of this?
Do you know, a lot of it depends on like if we know, because we just did a Christmas tour last Christmas, and so it's like, okay, well, we know we need Christmas outfits.
How did
so
it all
what
go?
can we
Was it
get? Yeah, it was fun, really fun. And then like trying to work out numbers between, because it was just the two of us, it was like working out like, okay, well, hang on. Like, what numbers could we do? What's going to work in like...
And even like how the concept or the storyline of the show would go. Like we came up with that together, didn't we? So that would just be us voice noting because we chat all the time. And I think one day I was like, oh, what about if we do this, like this idea? And then from that we just developed a whole
And then
thing.
just like sort of snowballed from there. So it is like, and like down to like choreography, it's like, thank God we've got our Uncle Nick.
No, but also you're luckily we're both musical theatre trained people, so we both can move.
That's one thing I wanted to talk about because like, you see certain drag queens, and I think people kind of expect it to just be kind of what you said, throw a wig on and kind of go. Whereas within your aspects, both of you are fully trained, and I think that's one thing that I appreciate. Like coming into a skill, you can tell the people that have put that time and effort into the art form.
Do you know what? As well, you can tell a mile off. This is no shade to anyone, but people start doing drag and they're like, I'm a dancing queen, and it feels like if you say that you're a dancing queen, that's like the easy option because you can like. Anyone can dance in their heads, and it's like, but you can tell a mile off. Oh my god, I'm Shirley Ballas. But you can look at the choreography that they're doing, and you think like,
you see the pull on, and it's just not there.
Literally,
that,
I remember there was one queen.
What a sickle foot is.
There was one queen that came up to me.
A sickle a mile off. I'm like, oh no.
And this queen was like, I've just learned that after you perform, you should stretch because it stops you getting like tight. It's like, and before as well. Oh my god, like. Like, wow, that GCSE in dance is doing you well, honey.
Before it starts.
Literally, fair. You were never a good stretcher before you ever danced. I will say that.
Stretching was one of the things that I kind of like. It stressed me out. It's because my brain was so fast, and you got to take your time stretching. I'm not very good at my brain calmly like going through a process. I do find that hard. I'm not gonna lie. I like to be doing something, always moving.
Do you know the costumes and stuff, the outfits? Do you make them yourselves? Got to ask that.
Oh my god,
no.
Absolutely.
Oh, I was really
God, no.
going to say,
Imagine I sat at home like a seamstress.
No, I sometimes do because we had to make an outfit on the show, but it was out of unconventional materials.
That's sort of why I was asking.
how big
so
do
like,
we learn how to use a sewing machine.
Yeah.
Before, like, if you're clever, you learn how to use a sewing machine before you go on.
I always get this when somebody goes on to RuPaul's in specific, and they go, well, "I can't sew," or "I can't do this." I'm like, "You've applied for a show.
Years.
You know what's
you know
coming.
it's going to happen.
Like, there's a door. Just go."
It's like turning up to an audition and not being able to dance or sing. It's like, what's the point?
It literally every single.
I've tried it once.
And you're doing a great job.
Went to a singing one, couldn't sing at all at the time,
But it's like, there's been so many seasons of Drag Race. It's been around for years.
Literally.
Everyone knows that there's going to be a sewing challenge. So why would you not learn to thread a sewing machine? Why would you not?
Because it's not hard, really.
No, also, it's
really
like,
not
blag it. If you don't know what you're doing, like, oh my God, I'm the biggest blagger in the world.
Yeah.
I remember when we were doing the sewing challenge, I made my little dress thing and then I was like, oh, it needs a zip. I don't know how to do a zip. But I was like talking to Charity and I was like, oh, can you just put one in mine for me? And then literally got her to do it for me. I'm like, thank God.
Yeah.
So that's what a great leader does. They
delegate.
Delegate.
That's it.
Yeah, no, we don't make our own outfits.
Literally, I'm there like, can you just go and do this for me, darling? The manager of the piece.
At this point, we know so many designers where we can just go, can you just make me something? They've got our measurements, you just whack it out.
Have you got to, obviously at the start, you had to pay for all your stuff. Has it got to a point now where perhaps you're getting deals and different things like this so you can promote them and actually
You still have to pay, but then it's like you scratch
Yeah.
my back, I scratch yours. Like, we help them out.
Exactly.
We wear the clothes.
What roughly is the price for like the outfits? Because the
It
glamorous
depends.
thing.
It can really,
really?
differ.
And also, it depends on like stupid things, like if you want like the expensive stones, if you want expensive
You gotta have a
feathers.
sorority.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's like all those things
it can
cost.
range literally from like £100 to like £3,000.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
so,
And the
so
same
big.
with like wigs. Like you can buy a wig off Amazon, but then if you want like,
I always think it's on the wig side. Like, how'd you get the wig so like looking so fake? I know that's probably the wrong
looking
word.
so
like,
real. You
so
mean?
real.
Yeah.
No, so real. No, but it's like, how'd you make it look so shit?
This is supposed to be a good
Great acts, but I mean, shit wigs.
But like,
So fake.
Savage AJ. We want them to come back on, you know.
but how does Rue get the hair to stay so erect?
So
up
erect.
there?
Lots of back curve,
Little
lots of
Viagra.
hairspray.
Bit of blue
Yeah, a bit of
pills.
Viagra.
I just don't get it.
it's just a lot of like teasing and
Yeah.
hairspray and
It's synthetic hair as well, so it's not real.
for
usually.
Ruse as well, because Ruse is so like structured that it's all synthetic.
It's just
whereas
plastic.
like
So you
wear,
can
like,
melt it
human
into
hair.
place, basically, can't you, with a hairdryer?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say in the most amazing, great use. Like it's
look
synthetic.
fake.
It's fake.
You're
It's
not
like,
welcome back on
animated.
our
Yeah.
It's cartoon.
Like
It's like a
cartoony.
caricature of
Yeah.
herself, isn't it? Like
It's
that's
hard.
what I was trying to say.
What do you
Fine,
prefer,
yeah.
synthetic hair or real?
Synthetic for me.
I prefer human.
I like synthetic because you can literally shove it in a suitcase after.
And you don't
Okay.
need
And
to
when you get it
worry.
out, it pretty much looks the same. You just have to give it a brush.
Also, you could
But
do
with-
that with a.
No, but with human, you have to keep curling it and keep
I know,
styling
but don't you
it.
think like when you put it on and then you're like, oh, I'm like, I'm a girl.
No. No, I don't think that about you when you put hair on.
Just a wig, no makeup or anything. Like you got to stitch a body.
We got to talk about like sheer timing and prep that goes into it. Because I remember when we would do dance competitions or shows, they'd be like, "Oh, can you turn up to do like 2 dances for the wedding? We'll give you like 50 quid for your petrol." And then it's like, what? No, rewind. Like,
Yeah.
you've put years of blood, sweat, and tears into this carrot, into this your hair, your makeup. Like, what is the timing for you to do your makeup before you even start a show?
For me, I've got it down quite quick now. I can do it like 45 minutes.
Oh, that's quick.
Slap it on, yeah.
That is good.
Yeah.
You can see it as well.
And that's why your wig's crap.
You look fake.
No, I mean, to get fully ready, hair,
Oh, fully ready, like body
like
and everything.
everything now is probably like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, I'd
Yeah,
say.
because I remember doing Priscilla Queen of the Desert. I did. I was doing Burn the Floor as well, and then they asked me to do the ensemble in that, and then they asked me to sing as well. But then they took my mic off me straight away.
Yeah, why is
just turn it down.
It's
It was
fine.
very bad. But I remember all of the Queen's stuff were taking 2, 3,
Yeah.
3.5
Yeah.
hours, depending
Didn't
on what
they
they were
have the
doing.
little masks in that?
So we did. We actually did. I didn't want to
yeah.
give the secret away, but we had the mask that you could slip on and off, nice and
Yeah.
fast and easy for all the ensemble. But for the main leads, they
Yeah.
did. They had to.
They had to
sort of-
actually do
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's like when Bianca was in Jamie. Bianca Del Rio was the drag queen part. I can't remember the character.
Yeah, I know what you
In
mean,
Everyone
yeah.
Talk
Can't
About It. And she has
remember
like
either.
16 minutes to go from like
Yeah.
being a man, like male presenting, to then go like into full.
They're great. The
drag.
masks are, but I don't think they do look as good. But they are great.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
do
oh
work.
God, for, like,
Yeah.
quick as well.
That's
It
it.
depends. Like Kitty, you kind of shave a bit your eyebrows off, don't you? I keep my own eyebrows, so I have to start by gluing eyebrows down,
And that takes
covering
When you
up.
say glue, you
Like-
mean like Pritt stick?
Yeah, basically, like the purple version of a Pritt stick. It's better
like
than
the
the Pritt
invisible
stick.
one.
So I have to glue my eyebrows down to start.
shave.
Color correct my beard once I've shaved. So like I have to do a lot of prep before.
And you're
I
quite
And just
dark
like
hair.
shave it off
Dark
and just
hair.
redraw
Yeah.
on.
Kitty
But it's
gets
a
a
bit
razor
easier
out.
for Kitty.
Done.
Yeah.
You're there with like the powder pressing it in.
On Drag Race, I remember I was still colour correcting. You'd basically
oh my god,
finished
literally,
your
I was
whole
laying there
face.
like lipstick, like, and we're done. And it's like,
Stepping on.
Hadn't even started, yeah.
Yeah, wild.
So it differs between what, like, and as well, if people do more cosmetics, like lips, for example, they don't have to like overline and stuff. You just
Yeah,
put
cool.
Just before you go anywhere, we just want to say thank you very much to listening to Freedom Impact Trust. We love your reviews, so please do leave them because it helps other people find us, doesn't it, Curtis?
Yes, it does. As AJ said, comment, like, subscribe, share it with a friend, share it with the entire world. Let everybody know that this is the podcast that you guys are listening to. And jot down some comments of any financial advice that you want or any questions. We'll be happy to answer all of them at the best of our knowledge. Thanks again for listening, guys. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we love you all.
Yeah, we just want to thank our sponsors, FINT, the financial investment app, where you can invest from as little as £50 a month. Yes, Curtis, £50 a month. So easy.
I like it. And don't forget that it's all within 3 portfolios. Simplicity. It's easy. Get investing, guys.
Have a great day.
See you later.